Hey everybody, welcome to STL Lifestyles. I'm Joe Warmbrodt. I'm a realtor with Garcia Properties, and as a way to give back to my community, St. Louis, I like to interview inspiring people, cool businesses. But today I have the pleasure of talking to Dmitriy Kabargain. He's a resident in South City, and he's really into the sustainability type lifestyle with his backyard. That's how I met him. And his backyard is on steroids, so we'll get into that a little bit later. But I want to introduce you to Dmitry. And right now, with this whole pandemic going on, sustainability is becoming a big factor.
Yeah, thank you for interviewing me and talking about sustainability. It feels like it's a very important topic. Um, and, it's unfortunate that people started paying attention to it only when the pandemic happened. It has been important for a while. Um, we always loved growing things, anything from tomatoes and cucumbers and fruits and vegetables. Um, and about 5, 6 years ago, we went on a tour um, that had about 40, 50 yards, and people had some amazing ideas and amazing things in their backyards. They not only um, gardens, they had solar panels, they had rain barrels, they had chickens and bunnies and honeybees and you name it. So we got really inspired and excited about it. And I was like, people really do this in the city. Um, and you can eat fresh, organic, nutrient dense, delicious food from your own backyard. So, after that, I came back and transformed my backyard. I tried to implement as many ideas as I could possibly fit in a small space of the city backyard. So,
Did you have to search out people to help you with, find out how to do this, how to do that, where to buy this stuff?
what's neat about it, once you go on the sustainable backyard tour, and if you like some specific yards, you just get the contact from the hosts and say, hey, is it okay if I call you or text you sometimes and ask more questions on how to do something that you like? And people usually very open to it. So when you go on a tour, you learn a lot of great ideas, and you learn about different topics. One of the great ideas is to have a rain barrel. What's great about it, you get a fresh water for your plants without chlorine and without any chemicals, and the water is free. It's one of the easiest solutions to have in your backyard to help your garden and help the nature. It has overflow the same size as inflow, so whenever rain barrel gets full, all the overflow on top goes into the garden, and any extra water just gets in the garden and absorbs in the soil. We have a bird bath of water for the bees. There are some currants and gooseberries and blackberries, thornless blackberries right here, apple tree, and this is a bee bed that opens up and you lay on top of the hives, and you can experience the smell and buzzing of the bees. It's completely safe. You don't get stung or anything because the bees are flying separately. They have entrance on the outside. This is just, we opened up to show where the frames are, where they store all the honey. This is a beds, garden beds, where we put all the chicken manure in the fall usually and let it over winter, and it becomes such a rich soil. Look at this. It's very, very rich soil. We keep also cover on top to keep the moisture and keep the weeds down. So it helps the compost to break down faster and keeps all the microorganisms happy too. Mm-hmm. This is a native bee hotel, very easy to make. You take any logs, you drill some holes, and bees will occupy it. Native bees are very important pollinators. They say that about 150 native bees will pollinate as much as 60,000 honeybees. And the reason they do that because they're usually looking for the shortest distance to of food source to their home. So they are perfect pollinators for your garden. These are solitary bees, so they don't sting you. When you have small yards in the city, you have to start growing vertically. So this is a vertical garden. I just used some gutters and placed them on the south side of the fence. And I used to grow strawberries and lettuce in them. The only problem is they dry out too fast, so you have to water them twice a day at least. This is a hugelkultur, so all the rain runoff from the patio goes into this mulch pile. It has some logs with manure on the bottom, and then it has mulch on top, so it works like a sponge. It absorbs all the rain runoff water. It creates compost tea, and the compost tea then feeds the grass, and the grass becomes very green. You can't see it now, but now it's very, very green after it's been raining for a while. So, and those logs start breaking down, the mycelium will occupy, and will create a lot of nutrients for the plants. So you can plant on top of the hugel mound, and you don't have to fertilize the soil. We try to maximize use of the space. We just use the side along the fence for the chicken run, so it wouldn't take much room. Everything goes into the chicken coop. Grass clippings, dry leaves, dry grass, wood chips, kitchen scraps. Everything that would be in a dumpster goes into the chicken run, and chickens will pick up all the seeds, so you don't have the weeds in the garden later on. Mm-hmm. They also till the compost for you, and once a year we use a deep litter system, so we don't clean the chicken coop once a month. We clean it once a year after it all broken down and became very good soil, and there's no smell. So we pick it out and then we just transform it into the garden beds. It's so much easier to keep chickens this way, and so much healthier for the soil and for your garden.
So what's the future for you and your family with sustainability? In a perfect world, if you could forget what you do during the day for your job, would you do more of this or what?
Well, my dream would be to have a food forest where you can grow throughout the whole season anything that can grow in your climate. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm trying to do with my properties. I planted a lot of different fruit trees. We have anything from plum tree, cherry trees, apple trees, peaches, all kind of berries, blackberries and raspberries and gooseberries and red currant. And just eat in season, eat fresh, eat healthy. Wow. It's amazing experience. You get all that fresh fruit.
I want to thank you for some time today. We'll put the link for help folks can see your backyard on Sustainable Backyard Tour, that website. And it's really cool what you're doing. And like you said, it's unfortunate that it took the pandemic to bring this to awareness, but a lot of people are thinking that way now.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome. Thank you.